I hop on its back, I climb it as fast as I can, I grab its horns, I look at it in the eye, and I stab its sockets as many times as I can.
Like, if they're gonna try to catch her, couldn't I summon the rats, like, the last 2 charges, because I'm not trying to get anyone killed, to kind of, like, pick them up higher, that way it's, like, a bit higher and still have more cushion beneath them.
No. I punched Nandor for I give him a good knock to knock him out for 10 solid minutes.
Hold on.
For 10 solid minutes, I just one punch to knock him out.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Heathens and Heroes, episode 24. This is going to be a YouTube exclusive episode for the holidays. Thank you guys so much for joining us on this journey that is Heathens and Heroes, a podcast where 5 friends get together and play Dungeons and Dragons as well as they know how to, which isn't very well. Aside from our wonderful Dungeon Master, Matt, your 4 heroes, Ramus, Nandor, Einar, and Cragor, are on a treacherous journey through the Underdark. And the journey has not been an easy one. Will our heroes escape with their lives, or will the heathens of the Underdark devour their souls? I want you to remember that you can watch this show every week live on twitch.tv/heathensheroes, except for right now, obviously. Or you can watch this episode and all the prior episodes on our YouTube channel, and you're already here. So go ahead, if you're new to the channel, click that like button, click the follow button, click the subscribe button, whatever it is on there.
Punch that fucking bell.
Punch the bell, dude. Just do it.
Like this, just right in the face.
And if you are new, we do appreciate you being here. But like I said, you can watch this every week on twitch.tv/heathensandheroes. Follow our Twitter to find out when we'll be live and where. But as long as you hit those follow buttons, the subscribe button, the bell, whatever you do, it helps us out tremendously, and we will be forever in your debt. And with that being said, I would like to pass it on to our Dungeon Master, Matt, to begin the next chapter of Heathens and Heroes. Matt?
All right. This chapter begins with all of you resting and recovering after a extensive battle from the previous day. You had recovered a little bit in a small abandoned home in Rockblight, and from there made your way back up through the Crystal Garden that you had traveled through before and slain the Medusa, where you found a few small spiders trying to take said Medusa's corpse, and quickly removed those and sealed off the crack that they came from, just in case. From there, you went down to the Menhir stone you had seen before, where the one rock elemental waited, and you killed that one, only to see another rise, and then another. But, one by one, you felled the rock beast, and each of them began to reform with the Menhir stone and the area properly cleansed with the hollow placed inside by Nandor. They began to take form and to clean and maintain the area that you were in. So while they did so, Cragor made a friend, everybody went down to rest, Nandor doing so in the slightly scaly bed of the Medusa. And you did. And you all got a nice, comfortable rest. So where we pick up is after you have all kind of loosely traded shifts, but in the protection of the Gale of Door, you have a fairly comfortable rest. So, What would you all like to do?
I'm
5
knocked out.
minutes.
I'm knocked out in the bed. That's the most comfortable it's been since the other place.
5 more minutes, please.
I've been up speaking with Marcus all night.
Oh boy, another friend.
Go ahead and make me a con save. Alright. You, having this new friend to regale you about your entire story of your prison breakout to now, you spend the entire night and you're good to go for the entire time, man. You have a goal, a friend, a focus. You're set.
Feeling good, baby. Feeling good.
Oh, that sleep was delightful. I haven't slept like that since the days in prison.
I was gonna say, I don't think I've ever seen you sleep.
Well, the battle yesterday really wore me out, so
Huh.
it was time for a good night's
Did
rest.
Jim end up going and laying in the bed with Nandor?
Yeah, he's at the foot of Nandor's bed right now, technically.
I'm out.
I kind of look around. I'm like, does anyone know where Nandor and Jim Jar went?
I saw them go that way.
Okay. Okay, I'll go find them.
Okay.
Head up the stairs,
Hey, Craig,
trudging more so than actually walking, kind of bleary-eyed and.
Craig, does your friend have anything for breakfast?
Let me ask him. Hey, Marcus, what do you usually eat for breakfast?
At this point, the stones are all just kind of like sitting and resting in their little respective positions, and it doesn't seem to shift or move. You see a little pebble drop off of it.
Yeah, no, Marcus doesn't have anything for breakfast. I can make you some waffles.
Okay, buddy.
Are you
Appreciate it.
sure? Are you sure?
Sure.
All right, I'm just gonna make myself some then. Marcus, you want some waffles? And I walk away.
Try and stealthily crawl up under the blankets.
Go ahead and roll me a stealth.
Nat 20.
Pretty good, at least.
I'm gonna move just for the view.
For sure. So you definitely beat both of their passive.
I'm gonna crawl up. I'm gonna get right up next to Nandor, and I'm just gonna kind of slowly, like draw myself closer to him, and then I'm just gonna lean in and I'm gonna give him a little peck on the cheek. Good morning, sweetheart.
Still out.
Oh, wakes up Thunderwave.
Is that
Yeah. If I get startled, that's something's gonna happen.
Consider it startling so much as just,
Surprising.
drawing you out of your sleep. Surprisingly.
Hey, Nandor, is that a dagger in your pocket, or you just happy to see Einar?
Maybe both.
As soon as,
That's a
he
dangerous
starts to-
combination.
As soon as he starts to wake up, I'm just gonna wrap my arms around him and snuggle up with him a little more.
5 more minutes.
He's gonna wake up and just be like,
I like where
Hi.
this is going.
D&D After Dark.
I let him push me off. I just laugh and I go, time to get up.
all right.
Is Jim Jar woken by this?
I kick him.
Oh.
Whoa! Shrink. Oh. Man, we're not in prison anymore. There's better ways to do this.
Trust me, there isn't.
Waking up. Let's get going.
Shuffles, kind of stuffing all of his shirts and back into the right spots and everything. And you all, as you make your way back up to where Gregor is talking with Marcus, you can see that the passageway has largely been cleared out by these stairs, creating a pathway about 10 feet wide for you all to walk through to go to the next chamber past this one.
So I'm talking to Marcus, and you guys might hear this over. I'm just talking to him like, well, you might want to open up a joint banking account or something like that. Oh, hey guys.
Gregor?
Yes.
What are you talking to him about?
Marcus is having some trouble with his 401k, and I'm just trying to figure out how we can make it all work. It's really quite a pickle, but business.
What's the 401k?
I don't know.
Tell him to
it's this gym that's supposed to get better over time that you have, and it's supposed to take care of you once you get older and everything. I always bet mine off, so I don't know how it works real well.
Save it for a rainy day.
So don't take advice from him.
Correct.
All right.
Right. Does anyone want breakfast?
I mean, I can make some waffles.
Give me the flyer real quick.
You used it all.
I'm pretty sure you used all the flour.
I know.
Yeah.
So you can't really make them. No, okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. Hey, Gregor, can you give me the flyer real quick?
Do I? I don't have any flour.
How are you making the ripple bark waffles?
That's a secret,
He makes it with love.
among other things.
So that's why it tastes like dirt.
Love in a rock press.
Lots of love.
It's more thinking about just having some dry rations, so I'll just eat that. We can go.
Okay.
No.
Gregor, okay.
All right. Y'all want to head in or head back to town?
I think at this point we might as well keep going, right?
All right. I'm with you,
As
fellas.
you say that, Jim Jar's like, that reminds me, we kind of got caught up yesterday with all the, chasing dead people and then the rocks and the stuff. But then he kind of digs in his shirt for a little bit and then pulls out this slightly crumpled envelope that has a seal on it as well. And he goes, the chief, he kind of passed this to me and told me to give it to y'all whenever we ran into you. But it's for the were-rats on the other side and everything.
Okay.
Wait, the were-rats are on the other side of this?
Technically it's all connected. Some of the passages were just sealed off from where we were in the main part of Blingdenstone, but you can reach them from this side of the area. So if we go that way, we do have this at least now, and as a way in if we run into a few of them. So.
Okay. Good.
Good.
I'll hold on to that then, if you don't mind.
Passes it over to you.
I take the letter from him and straighten it a little bit. I actually put it into my book and press it between the pages. Okay, so that's good, right? So then all we need to do is go to the other side, and then hopefully what will happen is we'll find the Hall of Justice that we're trying to find before we run into any were-rats. So I'd rather not get sidetracked from our current objective again.
Again.
All right, let's get going then. You know what, Krager? Why don't you go front?
Okay.
So, Gregor, if you'd like, you can go ahead and make me a stealth. If you are trying to move forward stealthily.
Yes, I will. Before I do that, though, I'm going to say, all right, bye, Marcus. Have good luck on your 401k. And then walk away. What a nice young man.
Oh,
Very
wow.
nice, very nice.
We don't even see you.
He says bye and then just disappeared.
Bye.
So you all kind of make your way through, and Gregor, you kind of being the first to make your way into this chamber, you can see that this next area you come into is not as well lit by fungus and other creatures, or bioluminescent fungi, or fauna, and you can see that the area you're in as you just come out is a sort of connected antechamber spot. It just has a few tunnels that lead off further in different directions. A small freshwater spring pool off on the side as you come in. Go ahead and also roll me a perception check real quick. Okay. So with that, you can see that just as you kind of walk in, the ground around you, on this side of the chamber, it looks like it has some sort of drag marks or striations across the ground that lead further in, and you do see the one or two little pieces of what look to be like eroded bone in the chamber.
Okay, I'm going to call Jim Jar up quietly. Like, hey, Jim Jar, come here.
Matt, while you're doing that, can you fix my vision range? I'm at 30 feet right now, and I should be at 60.
Got you.
I'm at 60. Can you put me to 90?
Doesn't work that way.
I know.
Fight me.
You have to wait and grow up a little bit before it gets bigger.
I'm a grower, not a shower. Leave me alone.
Oh, no.
I get it. We're not live, but Jesus Christ, guys.
We don't have to worry about
wait,
it. We're on YouTube
yeah,
right now.
we didn't kill anybody's simps or virgins or incels, so we're okay.
Wait, can you show nips on YouTube?
Don't even think about it.
Sorry,
I think
was
I think we can even.
starting Troy's OnlyFans right now. So,
I think we can even hum songs on YouTube.
ooh.
Take that, DMCA.
So Jim Jar does, quietly make his way up towards you. Gregor.
Hey, Jim Jar. Let me ask you. Any of this look familiar to you?
I've never been this far back into Old Blingdenstone. This is all pre my generation.
Which direction did you say the markings were going?
They look like they were heading deeper in, possibly along both of these tunnels right here.
All right. Well, then I'm going to go ahead and climb to the middle area here, like kind of right here. And maybe just take a peek in. Can I go ahead and throw one of my fairy lights over that way?
Yeah, and you kind of pop out one of your dancing lights and bloop, 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 send it bobbing ahead of you. You can see that the tunnel on the left splits up into two different pathways. One heading to the left that seems like it has no light bioluminescent coming from it. The one on the right still seems to have a few fungal growths along the walls and moss that give it a little bit of light coming from that side. But you can't see too deep along each of the tunnels from your current positioning, so...
Okay. I'm gonna call everybody up quietly. Hey guys, come here. I don't know exactly which way to go, but if we look up here, it gets darker to the left. There's some glowy stuff to the right. I don't know. What do you guys think? I can go a little deeper if you want.
Well, I
Say-
typically follow the rule of the right.
That's what she said.
Rule of the right.
Wait, if it's a little more lit, that means people have been down there, right? You would think. It might just be the way to go. To the right.
Maybe we should split up, go both ways.
No.
Yeah, Jim Jar, come on. Come with
We
me.
never split up. We never
No, we're not
Split.
saying.
up. I
Let's
say,
go to the right.
looking over at Nandor with a very cold glare.
Well,
Never
okay.
split up.
If we're not gonna split up, then
We should go to the right path.
okay.
We follow the right path until the right path either leads to a dead end or until it comes back to us. That's the way we should go. That's just my opinion. But that would be my suggestion.
Okay.
Let's go to the right. All of us to the right.
All right. So you all start making your way with. How much of a lead are you trying to stay ahead of them, Craigo?
I'm gonna say about 20 feet.
All right, all right. So you start making your way up around, and you can see that the tunnels kind of split and maneuver in different directions, but they have a little bit of that bioluminescent fungus and moss that grow along to provide at least enough lighting for all of y'all, including you, Ramos, that this path is not so terrible to walk through in the darkness.
Rule of the right. I whisper yell.
That's a loud whisper.
Hey, man.
Yes.
So while we're walking, can I channel some spells into the ruby
Which ruby?
in my fucking hand?
Oh, gotcha. You're not sure if it works that way. It's not necessarily a spell gem.
Okay, I'm just trying to give it power. That's why.
It's a soul stone.
All right.
Hey, Einar.
Mhm.
Since Shit for Brains is an extension of you, could it technically go down another tunnel and you see through him? Okay, we might need that later. Just wondering if we could use it.
Yep. The only problem is Shit for Brains is just an owl. So, I mean, if something bad happens, he goes down a tunnel, sets off a magical trap, gets exploded by a fireball. It takes me like a day and also 100 gold to get him back. And since he's kind of been working as our de facto healer of the group to keep everybody alive, I think it's best that we keep him as safe as we can until we absolutely need another option.
Gotcha. Okay.
That is a pretty cool party trick, though.
Like, since we're walking down that path, since there's a split, I'm just gonna like walk over, look over there, and just like, okay.
Come on.
So, as you get up to here,
Ginjar, you coming?
he's following. I'm just not moving him right now.
Oh,
so
okay.
I can keep track of where y'all are going. But Gregor, as you do get up to here, you do start to hear this sound. It is at first kind of comes off as like heavy footfalls, but it's irregular. It's and then you hear this occasional
Guys, I think we might want to go another direction. I
mean-
I walk back and I say that.
I mean, why?
It sounds like there may be some danger ahead, and I don't know if you guys are ready for more fights right now, or do you want to see what's off to this path over here?
Well, I feel well rested.
I mean, I think that the best thing for us to do is just keep going on the path that we're on until we see it to the end. My thought process being, if there is something dangerous down this way, then I'd rather just go ahead and face it than have it coming up behind us later.
Okay, let's go.
as you start to see as you come around this creature that was making that sound is this strange looking abomination that you have never seen before. Its body looks like this odd mass of just meat, muscle, and just refuse that have all been kind of lumped together, and it walks on these three tree trunk like legs that just are like elephant legs that just go straight down without much of a bend to them. And you can see these three long arms across the top that are moving wildly, and as it moves and walks, you can see parts of its body seem to kind of drip and slaw off behind it as it walks. And it just kind of just moves wildly. You can see that there is this kind of bright yellow eye that is in it, kind of looking around as it's moving. Doesn't seem to have noticed you, but it is moving in the direction of your party currently.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and attack it. I'm gonna do a sneak attack.
All right, all right.
With Medusa's longbow, I'm gonna try to aim right for that fucking eye.
Sounds good.
Hey, break inspiration. You got this. And that's
As you see him just kind of like pulling out the longbow and aiming.
All right, Han.
And that's plus what? I'm sorry.
D8 to hit. And you do get advantage on the strike because of sneak.
So I mean, with the Bardic Inspiration, that's a plus 1d8, right?
Correct.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'd say that'll hit. Yeah.
Okay.
And because of your assassinate feat, it does count as a crit, because it is definitely not taken a combat turn and it is definitely surprised. So make sure you add 3d6 and crit it. Oh, yeah, because that's from the poison. Got it.
I'm learning after 24 episodes.
So I'm also learning, the gear. So we're good.
I still need help. Okay, Connor, don't worry.
But as you release the shot, you see it strikes not completely directly into the eye, but kind of like at the base around the eyelid of it. And it, as it kind of reacts to the pain, and you see this sort of like blackish red blood just kind of spray against the wall as it gets struck.
Do I have time to make another attack or no?
Very unhappy. You don't have another attack from because you longbow.
Sorry,
Yeah. So with that, I'm gonna have y'all roll me some initiatives.
Is that
Zorn.
Zorn.
Yeah, I guess I should roll for Jim Jar, huh? All right then.
Probably.
Now we got this. What's Jim Jar gonna do?
He's gonna watch. He's gonna
Absolutely
watch.
not.
So starting us off then is the creature known as a Zor. It is going to shuffle its body towards you, Kragor. And as it kind of comes around and it's just the line of people behind you, you're going to see its body kind of revulse a little bit before moving in to strike at you. So it makes 4 attacks. 1 with each of the claws on its head.
Oh!
First one misses as you boo at it.
Boo you!
Second
Boo!
one misses.
You fool!
Yeah, no, after being blinded in the eye, it is very unhappy with that. So its claws just kind of like helicopter above you with no avail, and then it leans forward to try and get a bite in,
Oh shit.
and at least that one hits it.
You're a fool, Zorn!
As you take 9 points of damage, as you're like, "You're a fool!" Ah, my arm!
Hit me!
You son of a bitch, you bit me!
Charlie! Nandor comes to you.
Okay. You didn't give me the wand back, huh?
No, I did not.
Well, all faithful, I guess.
Alright. 15 misses. 28 will hit. Yeah, yep. So will a 26. Oof. Oof. So it's got a bad angle from going above people and around the corner, but it manages to like slap at it as it's nomming on Kragor's arm.
Stop it! Whack!
Any bonus action for you?
It's not gonna understand common.
Never know. It might, I guess. I don't know. Dude, weirder things have happened.
Fine. Okay, I'll try that.
Rock monsters, like, dude.
I'm pretty sure it heard me call it a fool and then bit me, but I don't know if he was responding.
Maybe.
That's why it was pissed off. He was like, oh,
Mental inspiration. Sure, why not?
Alright. And what do you say at it?
Is there a way to say, like, for it to jump off this cliff that we're on, or what? I don't know if it's a cliff or not. Is it?
No, you're in tunnels.
Because, like, it looks like... Oh, okay, never mind. I see what you mean.
it's like we just came through some tunnels. So
Forfeit. Forfeit. Why not?
Okay. You point at it, you yell, holler out, "Forfeit," and its eye doesn't. It kind of looks in the direction of the sound, but it doesn't really seem to take knowledge of your words.
Okay. Didn't even roll. I get it.
All right. Then anything else for you?
No, that's it.
All right. Then Kragor.
So, I'm really mad that he's biting my arm. I'm imagining that he's still latched on my arm. Just imagining, of course. And while he's doing that, taking out my dagger of venom. And... Yeah, bitch! And
17 misses.
Oh.
oh shit!
Okay.
I'm just kidding. He wasn't gnawing on my arm. My arm's completely free, by the way.
So he was, but you like hit him with the hilt of the dagger, you know, just to be like, no.
No.
A 23 will hit. But that one does not get sneak attack, though, unfortunately. Still a solid 7, though.
Nice, man.
I don't know what that noise is. Sorry.
So you kind of stick the silver dagger into the side of it, and you know it's a lot like punching what you imagine either a small fleshy wall or a massive muscle would be like. It is resistant. It is hard to push into, but you managed to get in there.
You fool.
And staying where you are.
Yes. Yes, I will.
All
No,
right.
no. I'm sorry. I'm going to go behind it. Kind of shift around it.
It's a bit in the entirety of that space right there, so you can move up one, but not really get behind it.
I'll stay right here.
All right. Then next up, it comes to Jim Jar, who's going to get kind of behind you, Einar, and just like crouch down, put a hand on your hip, and be like, don't move, as he pulls out his hand crossbow to try and shoot past y'all. Well, at least it's not a nat 1 for the first, as he fires
Oh,
off, hits the wall, and the second one shoots as well, but still just manages to make it quite a little bit in between everybody. He's just kind of, oh, god damn it, stupid angle. Then Ramos comes to you.
Okay, so is it like a tight corridor, right?
Yeah, like you can't get past him. You could squeeze it past Gregor up to be above him, but you can't get to the other side of the Zorn with its body kind of filling up that space.
Alright. I'll use my movements. I'll go around and up. And I'll have Great Axe.
You got this, Ramos.
I'll attack.
Rogue inspiration.
Appreciate it.
Oh!
There you go. There you go.
Rogue inspiration is worth something.
I will be doing that all the time now.
Hold on. Oh wait, that was your second attack roll? Okay. I
Yeah.
thought that was damage, and I was like, you didn't crit it. But okay, 11 doesn't hit for the second one. But the first one is a natural 20.
And it's still a 10. But I'm going to re-roll that.
All right.
Reroll the 1. Do you reroll the whole weapon damage? Oh, you do. don't you?
I think so, yeah. It should be.
Yeah.
All right. So a solid 19 as you cut a piece of it off, and after wailing into the rock elemental before, you can feel that the Zorn skin has a very similar strength to it. So you're biting through, but it's not as effective as you would hope.
Yeah. Okay. I'll pull shield and basically get ready for an attack. Guard up.
All right. Then Einar comes to you.
I'm gonna also call it a weird meaty head.
This is appropriate.
I like
Knowledge
yours.
rolls that I can make on this.
What was that?
Do I have any knowledge rolls I can make on this?
I would say with this thing, probably be an Arcana. Very nice, very nice.
I know everything about everything down here. It's the same natural 20 I rolled on the Earth Elementals, too.
You know,
Hey.
you're the walking librarian. You know,
I'll take it.
Evidently.
I'll take
right? So similar to rock elementals and things of that nature, Zorns are known to be elemental scavengers of the Underdark, tend to feed in and congregate in areas where there is a lot of death and things like that. They're very much like large elemental vultures in that regard. And similar to the rock elementals, they do sense in the same way that the other ones did.
Vibrations.
Hmm. Hmm. And like in, yeah, um, you know that
They're basically
magical
like
things.
fleshy versions of earth elementals.
Very similar too. And in your knowledge of them, though, you haven't seen one that looks as, or depictions of one that looks as melted as this one is, or as droopy as this one is.
Okay. So I'm just gonna call out to everybody like it's got similar traits as the earth elementals, if you remember what I said yesterday. And then I will
Yes.
try and hit it with this.
All right,
Pressing that looks weird.
that is a failure.
Ooh. Let's go.
And disadvantage on the next attack. Okay, cool. All right. As you kind of reach out towards it, and fucking parts of it arm frosts over around its joints, and or at least where you imagine joints would be on a normal
Yeah.
creature.
Exactly. Where the joints should be, maybe. And then I'm going to have the owl ready in action to do a flyby attack.
Okay. Okay.
And
Go for it.
the plan is for when Cragor's next turn. Yes, Cragor's next turn comes. The owl will fly off my shoulder, scratch at it from this square.
Okay.
So that
Do you want
provides-
it to do damage, or just provide assistance to Krigor so he has advantage?
aid, so he has advantage.
Yeah.
All right. So in that regards, then most definitely doable. As your ship for brains just kind of gets up hunting stance, the wings kind of get ready behind it.
And I go, Cragor, keep attacking from right where you are.
Okay.
Ooh, buddy. Go.
Or
Then
more like, I'm sorry, let me do that again. It's more like, oh, okay, because I'm in the middle of a battle.
Rage. Okay, got it. Well, then at the top of the round, the Zorn is going to try and make some attacks. The first one at Kragor at disadvantage, thanks to the frostbite. And does not hit. So
You fool.
the
Remember the
second
last time you
claw,
made-
huh?
So remember the last time you made fun of it? It bit you. Stop.
I'm sorry, it's addicting.
One of the claws is then going to come for Ramos, who's up in its face. No dice. And one more claw at Kragor.
Ah, you missed. Oh God. Yep. You see?
Uncanny dodge, uncanny dodge, uncanny dodge.
All right, so you only take half of the 9 points as you're like, you fool! And then you see the arm swinging back around and you're like, oh shit!
So I take the 4 on that, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Every time you talk shit, you still get hit.
And it's
How
going
does
to.
Nandor do this?
He's staying on purpose.
Last up, it is going to try and use its bite. That's you, Ramos. Just hits for 12 points of damage as you're like, you just kind of turn to Rama or Craigor to be like, you see? And as you say that, your hand gets bit.
Get off me, son of a bitch!
And then Nandor comes to you.
See this? Right here.
So, how high does it go? How high does it go?
It's only about 10 to 15 feet in some spaces, not as tall of a tunnel for these side tunnels.
Okay. Well,
So standing upside down, you'll still knock heads with the rest.
yeah, that's what I assume. You said it has like stone kind of, right?
Yeah. It looks to be like a very soft stone flesh. So very similar to like heated clay, if you could imagine.
So that means it's weaker to blades cutting through it. Yes, instead of rock.
Well, you see, I want to use shatter, but you guys are around it.
So don't do it. Be smart.
But we're Nandor. But would Nandor do it?
If Nandor wants to get, punched in the face, yeah.
That's the question. Would he do it?
If he wants to get a great to the face, he'll do it.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say no, but
If you value the life, I'd say no.
So what you gonna do, Nandor?
I'm gonna. Fuck it. Tentacle rod again.
All right.
No.
Make those 3. First miss.
Nope.
Second miss.
There
Third
you go.
hits.
Thank you.
There we go.
Thank you.
As you just managed to get one good strike and past its flailing arms to smack it in the eye as well, and it kind of recoils. Any bonus or other movement for you, Nandor?
I'm just gonna come over here. Can I push Jim Jar forward?
You've used your action to do your bits.
As a bonus action?
No, not quite.
Fine. I'm over there.
Jim Jar does not look very stoked at getting closer towards that thing.
That's it.
All right. Then Craigor. As it comes to your turn and you go to make your swing, you hear the faint crack of shit for brains just swing past you, kind of striking at the Zorn, causing it to lift up its arms in defense, and make your first strike with advantage.
I
19 just hits.
Ooh. I was gonna think it was like an 18, 19 range for hit.
Do that again, but with sneak attack.
What were you saying about it being 24 episodes in?
I don't remember.
So as you bring your dagger up towards it, go ahead and claim your kill for me.
Hey.
Ooh, very nice. Okay. So, with my dagger, I grab his arm right above his mouth there, the single one right there. I pull him closer to me, and I jab that eyeball just a couple more times, and then I whisper in what I think is his ear hole. I don't know. There's a hole there. I just whisper in it. I say, "You're long live Gregor." And then I stab that and slice it, and it just dies. How about
Does
that?
Einar hear that? Does Ramos hear that?
Yeah, no, I say it very deeply under my breath in a whisper. You fool. You messed with the wrong rogue, bitch. And then it dies, and I come back. I was like, I kind of clean my hands, just like, and then just say, Well, let's go.
It's because of you, Craig. We're right here. Because of you.
Hey, but you also got that sweet ass swing in there after I said that you could do it.
Does
I believe in
please
you.
tell me
I
please tell me
believe in you.
one of those two hurt him, please, with a passive or something.
Say what?
Wait.
Einar would have heard him.
Do you say anything?
Well, let's go.
Oh. I was just like,
So as Gregor, you and Ramas turn to look in the direction that it was coming from, you can now start to see that the area ahead of you is much darker than before. There is no moss or fungal lighting that provides any light up ahead. But the thing that really kind of catches your eye, Ramas, is that even though there's nothing giving off of light, you do see the light from the moss behind you sort of kind of reflecting off of something. And the two of you begin to notice that the walls of this area up ahead of you are completely covered in slime, it looks like. It just kind of is clinging to the walls all in the area, dripping a little bit here and there from different crevices and from the ceiling. But it looks like up ahead the entire area is just coated in this slime. And you, actually Craigor, would be able to hear this faint little bit of like
I'm gonna go ahead and scout ahead a little bit again.
is it on the floor? Or is it like just on like up top and surrounded?
it looks to be along the walls, along the ceiling, and kind of just along a lot of this area.
Okay. I'm going to cut up the Zorn, and I'm gonna basically like a poncho to put over me just in case like the slime burns or something. I don't know.
Okay. Make me a survival.
I am so proud of you.
He said slime, so the first thing I'm thinking of is like it's acid. There's something dark about it. It's gonna do something crazy. We're in the Underdark. You don't know.
A Zorn umbrella, dude. That's all we got.
I'm picking up on things. All right. What was it? Survival?
Yes, sir. And Craigor, go ahead and make me a perception.
Give me it. Let's go.
So I will say, very nice, very nice.
Let's get these in, boys.
To
Go
get
on.
a really nice like almost like a rock hide poncho, it'll take about a half hour to an hour to get it to your size and to be like really fit you with that. But if you're wanting to make a real quick like hatch job one just to start, that'll take about 10 minutes.
Let's go with that.
Okay.
Take a short rest.
Short rest would be the hour long, and you could do your actual poncho with that.
Can he make up some sweet boots too, or what?
I know, right?
Maybe.
You guys want anything? A new belt, maybe?
So as you start cutting into it and planning out where you're going to cut on the Zorn, you sneak up ahead a little bit, Gregor, to get an eye in this area, and you can hear all of the drips and the
See what you did
sounds.
there.
And you look up this north tunnel as you're walking, where you can hear a lot of the majorities of that sound kind of coming from. And it still echoes a bit from this one, but a lot more seems to come from this north one. And as you're looking, you see something a little odd. Looks almost like 6 or 7 skeletal bodies that are just kind of floating in the air faintly and moving very slowly in your direction. And with that nat 20, and just kind of with your dark vision and keeping an eye out, you could see maybe 5 or 6 gelatinous cubes that are just in this tunnel, slowly moving in the direction of the sounds that it heard.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm gonna walk back very quickly and say, guys, we need to go. Einar, I don't care what you say, we're going right now. There are 6 gelatinous cubes coming towards us right now. We gotta go.
Ah.
I'm freaking out, by the way.
Jibjar, kind of hearing that, is like, oh, I remember that. Nope. Comes back over here as well.
I would grab the body with Ramas and start dragging it along behind us.
all right.
All right, then I'm going to start heading the other way.
All right. So, Nandor, as you begin to head this way, down this way, you can also begin to now hear the louder sounds of that sounds. And you can now see that this chamber, this tunnel, leads to a larger cavern that has been emptied out. It's about, well, not necessarily emptied out, but, made space in. It's about 50 or 60 feet tall in height. You can't see the full width of the room from where you are now, because in the very center of this chamber, there is what looks to be a massive, almost perfectly rounded stone that is been placed in here. And you can see stairs that lead up at different portions of it and into these holes, which you imagine were doorways leading into this large circular structure. And as you're staring at it, you can also see what seems to be this movement across it. In fact, the entire sphere's surface, like the walls in this chamber that you're looking in, seem to shift and swirl and move as what looks to be multiple slimes of black, yellow, gray, different colors seem to swirl and mix together in this massive congealed soup of slime that covers it.
That's a big 10-4 no. That is deity written all over it, man.
Okay, well. Guys, there's a lot of slime happening in there. Like, a lot. Like, a lot. There's, like, you can go in there, but... Again, lots of slime. And you said there's a lot in this cubes over there. So... we could go back.
I mean, we are here to talk to the king of the slime, right? King of ooze, king of slime, king of jelly, king of
Is that what we're doing?
slightly
Do they-
viscous substances. I don't remember what his name
Pudding?
was.
Pudding?
Pudding. Right.
Pudding.
Thanks, Gregor.
Yes.
I've been waiting for pudding this whole time. Well, why didn't you say so? Let's go.
Not that kind of pudding, Gregor.
Gosh,
I'm
I
gonna
can't
say,
wait. I
like,
hope they have strawberry.
Pudding sounds like it's gonna kill us. Straight up murder.
Go ahead, Gregor. Go ahead.
Okay.
Hey, Gregor,
Yes?
before you go ahead, do you remember those big square blocks of, well, the things that were in the other room, the gelatinous cubes, and how they, like, burned you with acid when you were inside of them?
Slightly.
Okay. The pudding that you keep being so excited for, worse
Uh-huh.
than that. Worse.
Like the taste?
Like the feeling.
Yes, the taste. Also, the general feeling that it'll give you as you're attempting to consume it, and it burns you from the inside out.
Right. Do they...
So no,
Do they
no
have
eating
banana?
the pudding.
Oh,
No eating the pudding.
No eating.
no, don't eat the pudding.
It's like if you had pudding and you left it in a really hot, warm spot, for like 10 years.
Yep.
You
Following.
don't eat it.
Why wouldn't you eat that?
He just kind of looks up at G. Weinar, and then he just kind of puts his head against you like, I'm so sorry.
Cragor, come here real quick.
Oh, yeah. Okay. What's up, Ramos?
I stop him. It's like, look,
I'm
just,
gonna grab him by
just
the
look around that corner. Look around that corner.
He means this corner up here.
Oh, this one?
As you go forward and kind of take a step out, one more to lean out and kind of look and see what's there, you can see that there is a large yellow, almost banana-looking pudding that is stretched kind of between the wall of this spherical structure and the wall of the cave, and is kind of hanging like 10 to 12 feet like a curtain there. But you can see mixed into it, there are these little bits of like scrapped armor and things like that that look like they're slowly dissolving.
Okay. So there's one of two things there, okay? It's either a delicious banana or butterscotch pudding that someone has gotten too close to, or it's possible that you guys are correct and it is an evil pudding. But I'm kind of going towards the former, not gonna lie.
Nandor, Cragor, can you go ahead and make me a perception check? Okay. So as you're kind of saying this and
Definitely
like,
pudding.
you turn over your shoulder to look and kind of point in that direction, and you can see standing in the archway of this door, there looks to be a not very well defined silhouette. Like, you can tell it's similar to the silhouette of a person. However, it's a little bit looser, a little bit, you can see parts of it kind of slaw off and drop to the ground as well. And it seems to kind of look and stare in your direction before its body kind of collapses down into this ooze as well. And as it does so, you all begin to hear a voice ring out through the caves, just kind of echoing from deeper in, as a figure seems to yell out through from deeper. What's this? What's this? Visitors? Now? No, not yet. We're not ready. Go away, pests. I will call upon thee and all of Blingdenstone to announce our glad tidings of the faceless lord. So come proper times. Begone! Go! Shoo!
Now you see, we have a problem here. Should we shoot, guys?
Cragor's up front.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to think of what to say, guys. Yeah, no, I'm gonna let Nandor take this one. Sorry.
Did I hear him? Like, did I notice him, or was that all Cragor?
Oh yeah, no, it was
Yeah,
it echoed throughout the whole cave.
Yeah, he said that everybody heard it.
Yeah.
Well, we're trying. No, Ramos, back up.
I thought you were leading him a little bit more. That's why I was like following right behind you.
We're actually here to. We have something from the chief from Blingdenstone.
No.
Mm.
Wrong
Wrong quest.
wrong people to
Oh yeah.
pick that too.
Wrong quest.
Oh yeah. Well, we need to talk. Look,
Who's in charge?
we need to talk to your Lord and Savior, the faceless one. You know, we need to talk to him because shit's happening and we need it to stop.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion, Nandor. So you, a moment passes, and you all kind of stare at the almost sickening mass of oozes that kind of shift and meld into each other across this chamber. And a moment later, you do hear a voice kind of call out back to y'all. No, no, no. You will see him when I bring him to the city. No sooner. When the preparations are ready, we will have the parade.
The parade. What parade?
Parade?
The Black Bird.
What parade?
Is it the Black Parade?
I'm gonna ask that like really loud. Just say, what parade?
Silence.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna try to stealth past
Okay.
past that fucking thing.
Into where?
Like in here.
All right.
Well, like just like look in there if I could see him.
Roll me a stealth. All right. So you go and you kind of creep up and in, and the slimes don't seem to react to your presence too much as you get closer. And as you get up to the center and kind of look on the interior of the chamber, you can see hanging just above the door frame that you're in and the area of that entranceway, there is another massive butterscotch colored slime that is along the wall above you, just as you kind of peek your head in, and you quickly have to pull back just to make sure none of it drips down onto you. But looking inside, you can see even more of these oozes that have all kind of coagulated and are kind of blending together in this, what looks to be like different little pocket lakes of ooze that have formed in what was once a sort of grand seating antechamber that you imagine was probably at one point a court. You can see a collapsed structure in the very center that may have been a stage, but the roof has collapsed from the top, sending it rubble all across it. And looking across, you don't see any figures that stand out as somebody or something more than the just pools and piles of oozes stretched within.
I don't see the guy anywhere.
You do not, but you roll me a perception.
Really good at these.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
So you don't see the figure, but you do see this gray ooze that is kind of slinking across the piles, and it seems to be moving with a little bit more what's the word? Direction, purpose than these others that are here. And it gets to a another empty archway on the far side of this structure, where there is, similar to how Kregor had seen that ooze-like silhouette, you can now see there's another one, except this one is all of that like black tar-like pudding that is on the far side that has almost like a female silhouette, but it is warped and slightly misshapen from being formed out of ooze. And as the gray one comes up to it, they see it plops down into this, glob. And they seem to sit there, kind of facing each other as much as something without a face can, before they both begin to slink back further down that cave.
Okay, I'm gonna move back.
Maybe it's best we wait till this parade and get
I
out.
don't think so. I don't think it's a way to go. So
It is because
so
this
that
is a little.
hold it, Ramas.
I don't think we have the manpower to take on a god. This seems Demigorgon style, homie.
I don't think that this is a god, but let's hear Nandor out. What did you see?
So there's a bunch of slimes even on the walls, like above. Like as soon as I walked in, there was one right above me. There's that voice that we heard. I believe is coming from this slime, like gray slime that's just like slinking around. There's another door or an archway, like to the right hand side, and there was this female like silhouette, but it also collapsed into slime, and both of them kind of went slinking off that way, in that direction. So we could follow them.
Where?
No,
What do
that's where they went. We're trying. I feel if this parade comes to the city, it's going to be bad. People are going to die, and that's what we're trying to prevent.
I don't think.
When have you ever heard of a bad parade?
I think we're kind of outmatched. If this slime is controlled, we're surrounded.
Can I roll an Arcana to know about anything about these fucking slimes? Like,
Go for it.
no. God damn it. One time I needed it.
I know a lot about pudding. Can I?
Caustic.
I know more than you.
You know they're caustic and usually in the Underdark.
So here's my thing. My suspicion is whatever this voice we're hearing is meant to be some sort of person in control of the slimes, but a person nonetheless. And they're trying to create the faceless whatever, Lord, one, creature, king, whatever. If we stop them from doing that, then either the slimes will disband because they have no one controlling them anymore, or they'll just go away, ideally because they're all conjured creatures of some sort. Either way, I think we don't really have a choice but to try and find whoever this is that's controlling them.
Well, he said that they will reveal, which means that's their master. He's not the one controlling anything. He's a subject. He's a subordinate.
But he said, I will reveal them once the time has come for the parade. So that, again, that's suggesting that he's... I think, if you want my honest opinion, I think what's going on here is there's probably a deep gnome somewhere in here who's really pissed off about the current leadership and who's trying to form an army of oozes in order to come and take them out. Like, to destroy the town or something like that.
So then
Remember
walk
Kazooie?
to the city and warn everybody, and then we get the truce between the rat people and have a big army to fight this one.
Because they already know about it. They already know about these slimes.
Jim Jar pipes up and is like, kind of. We knew slimes were heading through our city past us. I don't think they have any idea that there's this much already here. As he's kind of like staring past y'all at it.
They don't know of the enemy that is really here. They
We
think
haven't been able to get past the Medusa, so we haven't gotten this far since, Diggermatic came to the city.
we should go back, unite the people, create a truce between the rat people and the people, and that way we have a literal army in case this thing does come for us. If we stop it now, there's a 50-50 chance we die. And they take over. No warning, no nothing. Does it kill you that I'm making sense? I know.
Even I understand that one.
Remember, tactician.
I have no problem
General.
with you making sense. I don't disagree with you entirely. I just wonder if these creatures are that far under their control already. Like, that's my only concern, is that we're warning them without a good cause, but that we could just take care of it. But yeah, I'm willing to go back to town if that's what you guys want to do. My only other concern is we've kind of opened up a really big doorway between there and here,
Yeah, it's not collapsed anymore, so they could just pass through.
and we can't recollapse it because
Well,
Marcus and his friends will.
I was gonna say Marcus might be able to help, right? Why wouldn't he?
Cleansing.
Marcus is kind of more of just a defender and caretaker of the area that he's in, so he might try and stop them from getting past to the town, but there's no guarantee that he would. He's certainly not going to come and help us without the help of the druids.
Let me talk to Marcus. I got a little. We got some connections.
Okay, well then let's get out of here so that we're not standing here planning what we're going to do right in front of the giant pit of oozes, and potentially being snuck up on from the other side by 6 gelatinous cubes. Do we want to search down in the this tunnel that we're next to? It looks like that goes back to where we came from.
Yes.
Okay, Krager, after you.
Okay. Ooh, what's this way? Oh, no, let's not do that. Okay.
Yep, you find it does definitely lead back to the area that you had first seen, where the stones are cleared out, leading back to the sending stone. And you are making your way back to Marcus for the moment?
Correct.
So,
Alright.
apparently we're somehow hoping that the giant stone statue that can't understand a word Krager says will suddenly understand everything Krager is saying.
Watch this. Marcus? Oh, hold on one second. Marcus? I point to the giant boulders. Boulder! Here. Boulder? Here.
Whenever you all first walk in, it first shifts towards you, Krager. And as you're talking to it, it slowly shifts back.
Hold on, guys. He might not remember me. It's been about an hour. Marcus, you're embarrassing me in front of my friends. Marcus, remember the 401k, the joint checking account? Come on, can you please move your boulder? Boulder.
Do you try to
Door.
talk to it in a different language that you know?
Ah, jeez. I mean, I can try Elvish. I don't think that'll work, but in Elvish, Boulder.
So you cycle through the few languages that you have and spend a good 5 to 10 minutes probably trying to get Marcus to move some boulders. Doesn't seem to shift.
Well,
Maybe Krager, maybe he's just tired. I mean, they did clean up last night. They had a lot of work they had to do. You know, maybe we should just let him rest for now.
yeah. He's
Right?
just tired. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right, come on. Let's head back to town. I just kind of wrap an arm around Krager and pat him on the shoulder as I start to lead him back to.
All right, Marcus. I'll be back. See ya.
And so with that, you all begin to head back through Rockblight and back towards the large adamantium doors that seal off Rockblight from the rest of the current lived-in Blingdenstone. And upon arrival, a brief rap on the door alerts the deep gnomes who are inside, who kind of peek it open a little bit and go, "Ah, you're alive! We're really sure it's been a while. Oh yeah, come on." As they kind of usher you back into the safe haven of Blingdenstone, and that's where we're going to take a break.
Fair enough. All right, folks, we'll be back with this YouTube exclusive episode of Heathens and Heroes. See you soon.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the second part of episode 24. Matt, go ahead and take it away when you're ready, my friend.
All right. So we left off with you all arriving at the adamantium gate separating Rockblight from the main staging area of Blingdenstone, and you are all being ushered in past the first set of double doors that the deep gnomes maintain. And as you're all kind of walking in before you get to that second set, he goes, "Oh yeah, we were kind of worried. It's been almost 48 hours since you all went in, and we were kind of fearing that either the were rats or whatever else is over there, the Medusa got you. But we're glad you're okay."
You mean this Medusa?
Does he kind of pull out? Do you pull out the head completely, or just kind of?
Just the snakes. Just the hair.
Oh, nice. Well, Sark will be very pleased to hear that. And as he gets to the other gate, he kind of gives it a quick rap as well, and you hear the of the chains from the other side slowly being set up and pulled as these second heavier set of adamantium doors are swung open. And you can see the rest of the deep gnomes, many of them who have kind of changed shift and things like that, all looking at the gate kind of expectantly, a little on guard just in case. But they're standing at the center, kind of waiting. Helmet on his head is Sark as well, who sees you all kind of walk out and is just like, "Ah, good, you're alive. That is heartening to hear. Come. Tell me, how did it go?"
How
Well,
did it go?
no pudding.
I suppose that's unfortunate.
Well,
Great
not the
axe.
good pudding, I should say.
I'm pulling my great axe out, and I'm gonna go up to him and put it against his throat and say,
As he does, all of the deep gnomes point their crossbows at you.
"That's fine by me. How did it go?
Kind
You have a lot more problems than you let on down here. Did you know of all these freaking problems?"
We've told you of all of our problems. You complained about it on your way in.
Ramos, are you okay, buddy?
I thought you were a soldier, boy. You carry yourself like one. You're not acting like one, though.
I'm not your soldier.
Apparently no one's, and I can see why.
Okay, all right. Ramos, put it down.
Ramus, you're scaring me.
If it wasn't for Kragor, I'm doing it for him because he's scared.
Right. Whatever your reason for doing, just put it away. Sorry, about that. We need to go and see the chief. Also, I'd recommend you add extra guards here.
All right, I'll grab a few others who are off duty. He kind of makes a motion to one of his aides, who kind of comes up, and he's just like, "Go and inform the chief. Jim Jaw, I'm sure you know the way to take him. We'll keep an eye out here." As you start to make a motion, he does, make a motion at you, Einar, and he's like, "Did you find out about that Medusa?"
Says the head.
He kind of looks towards Romus, shakes his head, and just pulls out the diamond that he had before and passes it over towards you, Einar.
Take it.
Inform
Thank you very
also,
much.
The chief as well. I'm sure he will provide a few other compensation.
Of course.
As we walk by, I'm just gonna trying to scare him with the Medusa head.
Mm-hmm. Kind of stares at you, but you can see very purposefully keeps his head directed away from where the Medusa's coming from. All right. And so you'll make your way past him towards the hall to speak to the chief.
Yeah, let's take a pause on that journey once we're out of earshot of all the other deep gnomes. As I turn to Ramus and go, "What the fuck was that?"
He knew what he was sending us into. It was death.
Yeah, we knew what he was sending us into. He told us about
He
the
told us
Medusa.
all
He
that.
told us about the...
Tell us about the pudding.
He didn't. They don't know.
We knew about the pudding. We already knew about that, Ramus, and they didn't know that there was a giant congealed mass of pudding in there. Jim John even said that. Like, what? Where the hell did that come from, man?
I don't think we're getting the full story. They know.
Next time, let's not pull out our weapon when we're in a room full of the people who were trying to, A, help, and B, not get on the bad side of because we want them to be our allies. And instead, let's maybe talk it out a little bit. Find out what they did know before they sent us in. Not at the edge of a blade, if possible. Just calm down. Wow. So much tension in the air.
They know. They've always known.
Maybe you're right. And we can certainly find that out from them, but pulling a weapon on their current commander and having every single one of them train crossbows on you is a good way to get us all killed, not find out answers. Like, I understand your concern, but let's just take this one step at a time. We can find out information like that by just looking for it ourselves through conversation and investigation. We don't have to go straight to threatening them and potentially getting kicked out of the one friendly city that we've been in. And I don't know, how long have you been down here?
Too damn long.
Yeah. So next time, just keep the axe away. Maybe talk to the rest of us before we go and approach the captain and let us know what you're thinking so we can approach it as a group, together. Because if we're not together down here, we're all gonna die. Okay? We got you, bud.
Fine.
I promise you. I promise you. I'm not going to ignore what you say. I just want to make sure that we live through this.
This is a shit show operation. That's what it is.
They just retook their city not that long ago. there's a lot going on for them. And yeah, you're right. If they did know about the giant congealed mass of puddings, probably not something that's at the bottom of their list. Certainly something they could have told us about. But again, let's do this the less getting ourselves killed way. Okay?
Fine. But if they lie, this Medusa head's coming out.
I hope for your sake that the Medusa's head still turns things to stone. Because otherwise that would be really awkward for you.
I'll take that chance.
You know, you pull it out and you're like, and this! And they're like, yeah, it's a dead corpse's head. And then you'd be like, oh, that was underwhelming, wasn't it?
I'll throw it at them. Distraction. Anyway, let's go. Let's go.
That works, bud. Let's go. And we move on.
I'm gonna stop by the druid or the priest.
Okay. Do you all head over there with him too, as he heads to the speaking stones?
You guys could head off. It's fine.
No, we got to collect the reward. And I think they were going to enchant something. And I think based on what we've been seeing lately,
Yeah.
I mean, not for nothing, but we need to get something of Rammus's weapons enchanted. I mean, you and I have magic. Kragor clearly has magical weapons. Rammus needs a magical weapon. Like, the whole reason why those fights with those elementals took so long is because he has nothing magical to attack with. So I think we should all go together.
Okay. Then you guys come. By the way, what did you guys want to upgrade, the hammer or the axe?
The axe.
All right.
Okay.
So you all make your way back through the caves. Jim Jar kind of reminding you of which way leads to where, till you eventually get to the speaking stones. And amongst that circle, you can still see there is the older head priest, Gurnik Tapfinger, who is there, and he's got a few what seem to be acolytes with him as well, wearing similar dirt and tan-based colors to their outfits. And as you approach, he kind of looks up and is like, "Ah, good, you've returned. I felt the activation of the hollow spell not too long ago, so..."
Are you gonna hold an axe to his throat too?
I'm with Arnold.
Okay. No, I'm just asking him because it's like,
We talked about it. Everything's fine now.
okay.
What
Want to make sure.
It's
Hold on.
What the fuck has happened to every single one of you except for Kragor? In the time it took for us to walk from Marcus to the fucking gates of this city, all of you have gone fucking nuts. I'm out. Give me the bones. Just give me the fucking bones. Give me the bones. Give me the fucking bones.
Who has the bones?
Whoever has them, I'm literally like grabbing the sack that has the bones in it and just
Hold on.
taking
Did we bring the
I'm-
bones?
I'm going to the Ruby in the Rough.
So while this is all happening, I'm currently petting this badger very nicely, and then also I've got the little piercer bits that I'm feeding to Craig and just watching them.
Oh my God.
And then I'm also just snacking on it myself, not thinking about it.
Yeah, no, for Kragor and Jim Jar, this is just a show.
I get the warhammer, I slam it down and say, "Hey, enough fighting. Einar and I talked it out.
Hang on.
We had it fine. Am I mad at the 3 gigantic stones that we had to face? Yes. But right now, We have something else.
I'm gonna need your axe, by the way, Ramos.
No. I'll give it to him myself.
All right. So
Gerg
like,
is like taking 5 steps back and is like just kind of standing there awkwardly with his acolytes, kind of looking at each other. We do have counselors and grief counselors for refugees who are coming to the city. If that's something you might need, it's none of my business. I felt the hollow activate, and I truly appreciate you cleansing the corruption that has claimed our stone. It will be a great boon for trying to reclaim Rockblight.
okay, so we're gonna go talk to your chief, but before that, he said that you'd be able to enchant a weapon for us. Also, can you control those elementals, the rock elementals?
Most elementals are crafted either to a specific stone shaper or controlled through one of the heart gems that summon them.
Okay. Because there was a collapsed tunnel essentially, and they fixed it, but there's these gelatinous monsters on the other side, and we're not entirely sure if they'll be able to stop it themselves. So,
Well,
if you could,
we will make sure to take a few priests to try and commune and interact with them through the stone whenever we have a chance to make it that far.
Hey, Einar. Don't you have the stone that Jim Jar gave you from the elemental?
Einar's gone.
mm-hmm.
Einar went to the clerical temple. You guys are at the druidic temple, so yeah.
Yep.
But he does have that, yes.
Great.
Okay.
Our cohort, who just ran off, has a gem for said elemental. Would that be a way to control?
The use of that gem should indeed summon an elemental. Where by chance did you find it?
Inside an elemental.
Inside the elemental.
A different one that wasn't with.
Within the actual section of Rockblight. You said that you opened a passageway. I do not know if was it after or before.
It was before.
I see. Have you heard of the Ogremok Bane?
No.
It is a creature, for lack of a better term, that hides within Rockblight. It is the reason that we call it as such, actually. This creature is able to corrupt elementals it comes in contact with. Now that the Sending Stone has been sanctified, it will keep the creature at bay for a while. But if your elemental was found within that city, there is a chance that it has been touched by madness. I would, if possible, seek someone who can remove those types of curses.
Okay.
Even though we did kill said elemental.
You have killed the elemental, but the stone itself may be corrupted.
Madness within stones. Great.
However, that is neither here nor there. You have come for your reward. And, well, we can indeed bless your acts you have mentioned for providing us a stepping stone to taking over Rockblight once more. We can spend a few days to enchant at least one piece of weaponry or armor from each of your group.
From each?
Indeed, from those of you that went within the rock light. I believe you have some companions with you as well. It
Yeah.
will take a little longer to get their gear enchanted as well, but it will be doable.
I'll hand him the axe and go look for Einar.
Okay.
Hey Troy, what's better, the axe or the glaive?
Well, axe is primary that I use all the time. Glaive, and it has more damage.
Okay.
Glaive is just a little bit longer, so it's that like extra reach he needs.
Okay. Just wondering.
So while you sit and ponder what you would like to give him, Kragor and Nandor, as y'all are there in the area, Ramos, you hunt down Einar, who has made his way back to the Ruby and the Rough, where you can find the young, nervous Deep Gnome, who is still there, kind of in charge. But you don't see the Bone Warden upon entry, just the other who is there, Glyphic.
Einar.
You're not there yet, Ramos. This is while you're having your conversation.
Oh, okay.
How you doing?
Kind of startles a little bit from his meditative prayer and kind of looks up and he's like, you've returned. Good to see you. As he kind of stands up, dusts himself off. We're all right. We've gotten a few new refugees to take care of, but nothing so bad.
We were in right, and we found the remains of a deep gnome, and I remembered that the burrow warden Yadgar asked me to bring the remains of a deep gnome back to you, and so
Yes, young Udhask. Well, I guess technically he was old, but yes, indeed, I remember. He kind of ceremoniously kind of takes the bag from you, and it's just like, I'm going to go and prepare his burial rituals. I believe that you had a deal with the Burrow Warden. I'll go and retrieve him from the crypts if you don't mind waiting a moment. And he kind of makes his way in. And it's during this interim that Einar, or Ramos, you kind of walk up and see Einar kind of waiting patiently off to the side, doing whatever it is you do, Einar, while you wait.
just leaning against the wall and waiting.
Einar.
Yep.
If you would like, you can also get an enchantment on house. Whatever you please. One piece of armor, any weapons you may have, whatever you need, they can do it. And I'll turn and walk away. I can't hear you. No, seriously, we can't hear you, Mike.
I said, thanks, Ramos.
Just give a thumbs up.
As you kind of make your way off, a moment later, you see Einar, from the crypts that Glyphic disappeared into, the spectral form of Yadgar coming up, carrying this tome that you had seen before. And he kind of begins to make his way in your direction, kind of waving his translucent hand. It is good to see you again.
It's good to be back, I think.
Well, from what I am told, anything is better than the old Warrens.
Yeah. Tell me something. Is there some sort of like enchantment on the old Warrens that make people dicks when they go in there?
less of an enchantment and more of a environmental hazard. Many who
Gotcha.
come back from there seem a little more stressed than usual.
Right, right. I mean, it's not that I don't understand, right? I mean, we went in there, we fought drow-shaped soldier men things, and then there was a Medusa that we had to kill, and then there was an earth elemental that chased after us. There was the two gargoyles that came out of nowhere, and then there was another earth elemental, and then another earth elemental, and then another earth elemental, and then some sort of Zorn creature, and 6 gelatinous cubes, and a giant room full of puddings. And I mean, I get it, right? Stressful, but I mean, it just just why do you just let that be like a thing, right? Like why is that suddenly like all encompassing? Like it's gonna just you and just like it just.
One thing I do not miss is the excess of emotion that comes with life.
Yeah.
One day, you will know the peace of it as well. But I do hope it is a far day for you. You sound capable enough that I'm at least glad you survived.
I mean, I wouldn't have without the rest of them, but still, like, it's just annoying. I mean, that's why I normally travel alone, is because people get emotional and compromised, and then they do things that just ruin everything. And the next thing you know, you're stuck in a jail cell with an orc and a goblin, and the two of them are doing things in a bed that you just don't want to be a part of. And it just, it could be really, really stressful just being in that situation, too.
Kind of reaches out a hand and puts it on his shoulder, and he's just like, damn, dog.
Sorry, I know it's not laughing, but I am. Well, anyway, I'll calm down, and I'm sure they will too, and we'll be okay. Good night's rest. Talk with the chief. Everything will be fine. I'm really looking forward to just diving into this book and really just relaxing with it.
Well, if you ever need a space of solace, you're always here, welcome in the movie.
Well, I mean, if you're mentioning it, can I come down into the crypt and just light a candle down there and read over this?
Oh, follow me. And he does lead you down into the crypts, and once you get down, you can see that it kind of catacombs into multiple tunnels that have been built out, where there are small little sarcophagus that have kind of been, pushed back into these little crawl spaces for each of their bodies and things like that. But he leads you off to another side chamber on the left that is more of he describes them pretty much as chambers people go to say goodbye or to just kind of have their moments to themselves, similar to a priest confessional box minus the confession part. And the guy on the other side of the screen, unless you count the ghost in the wall. He does lead you to one of these and says, take as much time as you need.
Thanks, Yadgar. And I sit down in there and just read.
I'm gonna head to
Sure. What was that?
I was gonna head to the armory.
Okay.
I would like to as well, please.
All right. Do you offer up one of your pieces of gear to be enchanted, Mr. Craigmore?
Yeah, I'm gonna do the just my regular dagger. Just get that kind of powered up and ready to go.
All right. And Nandor, what would you like to leave?
He can't improve any of my magical items, right?
No, unfortunately not.
Okay.
But he can do clothes too. Piece of armor.
Yeah. Ask him to enchant my studded leather armor.
Okay. Easy enough. He just asks that you leave it with him during the time.
Okay.
He does say for, the four of y'all, including whatever Einar decides to leave, will take about 3 days for him to get them all knocked out. So, and y'all aren't sure about how much time you're going to need between, your talks and preparation coming up. But for all four of y'all's items, it will take about that long.
Okay. Well, shit. I guess I go to the armory.
Okay.
It's my place of peace.
Actually, hold on. Before. Actually, no. I'm retcon that. I'm just gonna stay here and try to talk to him about the ruby in my hand with Dawn and all these things, trying to see if he could help me see what happened or what I could do, because again, Nandor just kind of woke up with this
Okay. Yeah. All right. So I will keep that in mind. And while this is happening, Einar, do you know which spells you wanted? Do you remember which ones they were?
I mean, I want all of them.
Yes, I do know. You know which two that you would like to choose?
No, but I have the list of what's there, so I'll figure it out.
Okay. Because you've got time while you're sitting there reading and whatnot. So, all right. And for the two of you that are heading to the armory, are you searching for anything in particular?
No, I'm just gonna make weapons and test them out. Just kind of relax.
Okay.
Blow off steam.
I am curious because I know when we were in that area, I got a crack on my helmet. I'm wondering if anybody there might be able to reinforce this helmet for me, or maybe able to work with bone just a little bit to kind of make it stronger. And maybe also, I was
Upgrade
also
it.
thinking about modifying it so that the horns aren't so big, just kind of making it form fitted. You know what I mean? Making it a real helmet at this time.
Okay. So, Ramos, go ahead and just roll me an athletics for how much just, energy you're completely expending and tiring yourself out for the day, sort of thing. And, in the process, you do make some good acquaintances who kind of, enjoy having an extra hand willing to help around the forges, test out a little bit of gear and things like that. So they enjoy your time, and, you handle yourself in a very efficient manner that seems to garnish a bit of respect out of them as well for your time in there. And Gregor, as you're going about trying to find these modifications, you do find that between Izzy and a few of her friends, they can easily enough get a few modifications to it. Are you looking to do anything in particular to it, or just make it a proper form size fitting helmet?
Yeah, proper form sized. Maybe keep the eyes on it, but keep the chin or the lower part out, just so my mouth is showing. But also the horns I want pointed, but a lot smaller, and then just some reinforced, I don't know, steel or something around everything, just to kind of keep it strong.
Okay. They will say for a bit of the materials and things like that, it will cost about 25 gold with discounted price and everything, just to get all the proper like leather and cloth and iron that you need to get this helmet exactly where you want.
Do I have a chance to haggle? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, I'll go ahead and I'll pay up the 25. That's fine.
Gregor,
Yeah.
She says if you do,
here's 10 gold.
Oh, you don't have to do that. No, honestly, you don't have to do that, like, at all.
10 gold.
Okay, I'll take it.
Izzy is like, if you do want to throw in another drawing, I would not say no.
I'd say absolutely, no problem. Okay.
Tommy, good mood. I'm in the armory.
And they are letting you play with all the weapons. Though about half of them are more for like deep gnome sized hands, so it's not the most comfortable fit, but it's still nice.
with this being this helmet being reinforced and modified and everything like that, would that by the off chance do anything for my armor class or no?
Maybe.
Interesting.
We'll find out when it's made. So as this is all happening then, and people are reading and, crafting, Nandor, you sit down with Gurnik and begin to ask about Dawn. And how much do you tell him about her?
Everything that has, like, to the point where we found her, how she contacted us, and how, like, how long has it been since I've had her? Like a week or two?
It's been a little bit longer than that.
Okay.
It's like since you first discovered her. It's probably closer to like 2 to 3 weeks because, quick travel time for a few days for
Okay.
a few of that travel.
Okay, so I'm going to tell him it's like, oh, well, from the point that we found her to the point where it's like I collapsed on the bridge. I woke up and then suddenly she was gone. And then I woke up with like gold pieces, like, my hand and the ruby in my hand. And about the dream that I had and what's the other thing? Yeah.
Okay. So he is going to, spend a bit of time there with you and kind of listening and looking over your hands where all of the gold is still kind of visible across your skin, like little flecks of glitter that are just kind of stuck there forever. And he looks into the gem and kind of, pries a little bit on this side and that just to, make sure it's as stuck as you say it is. It definitely is. And he's like, give me a moment. I would like to try something. As he places his hands over yours and kind of closes his eyes, and you can hear him start to give this faint hum that is picked up by the acolytes around him as well. Let me just check something real quick for what he is casting. All right. So as he has his hands pressed over yours, and he kind of hums for a moment, and then looks up at you after about a minute passes, and you can now see that his eyes have gone from the normal, like, dark brown colors they were to now almost like a faintly glowing dark brown, almost like you would imagine kind of like magma beneath the surface would look like.
Okay.
And as he looks up to you, he goes, "You have 3 questions."
Oh,
He's
shit.
commune. So you have 3 questions to ask. So, and they must be questions that can be answered with a yes or a no.
Okay. Fuck. uh. Shit. Okay. Damn. Can I converse with these guys?
They are all channeling this commune with him. So,
Okay.
you mean your players?
Yeah.
Your party? They are all away from you right now, in respective areas.
Okay. Can you be reactivated?
You being Dawn, right?
Yeah.
So see his eyes close for a moment, and you can see the faint glow from underneath his eyelids, and you see him nod his head.
Do I go towards you in my dreams whenever I have to traverse through that void, through that darkness?
She shakes her, or he shakes his head.
Okay. Shit. Fuck. Can I activate you right now? That should have been the first fucking question.
There's a brief pause before he shakes his head once more, and as he does, you see the faint orange glow from his eyes begin to fade as he exhales this hot breath that almost kind of burns a little bit, like, kind of sticking your hand just outside of an oven, and it shins a shiver up your spine as he once more opens up his eyes and looks at you with his normal eye color, and he kind of blinks for a moment and goes, "Did it help?"
I wish I had gotten more of an actual answer rather than a yes or no, but yeah. There's hope.
I'm glad that there is at least hope for you. I am sorry, I do not know or can do more. But you say she was once called Dawnbringer, yes?
Yes.
Have you been to the surface since this has happened?
No. We've been just here.
Well, if I were to liken a guess, here is too dark for someone named after the light.
Huh. Well, we're kind of stuck here helping for a while, so we'll see at what point we end up in the surface.
I hope for your and her sake it is soon then. As
Okay.
you kind of take the knowledge that you gained and kind of either take a moment to step off to the side or kind of just sit there with it staring at this ruby embedded into your palm.
So I'm gonna look at the ruby, and I'm also gonna attempt like to feel the ground, like what I did before, just to like kind of sit there and meditate, and yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a say nature or wisdom check.
Nope.
Okay. So you sit there and you keep your hands kind of rested on the ground as you relax as best as you can. And you at least kind of get into that bit of a meditative moment. But even as you're kind of feeling through the ground, you don't quite feel the subtle changes and vibrations that you hear the other acolytes kind of talking about occasionally whenever they talk about how they commune with these stones. But you at least are able to find, if nothing else, a moment of peace
Okay.
between them. So as you each find your peace, whatever it looks like, whether it be crafting, communing, reading, or drawing pictures, that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Good spot. I was not expecting that. Well, everybody, I guess that's going to do it for this episode of Heathens and Heroes, episode number 24. Join us next week. Make sure you guys follow us on our Twitter, twitter.com/Heathens Heroes. And we will let you know when we're going to be live next. Everybody, if you are watching this over the holiday break, please have a safe and happy holidays. We'll see you guys right before the new year. So take care, everybody. Thank you.